been fined. I guess he's been arrested from what I was reading for daring to plant gardens in just green spaces like on the side of the highway and stuff. Because there's no bigger crime than actually doing things like that outside of the big mega box stores. You're not supposed to do that and teach communities how to produce their own food and how much fun it is. So you need to be persecuted for it. He's going to be joining us for about 30 minutes in the second hour. Then we'll open the phones up for the balance of the transmission, and we have some special reports coming up. I want to get to the Clinton Foundation. Everybody keeps asking me why I'm not covering it. We've been covering the Clinton Foundation for 10 years. The Bushes are involved in it. Half the money goes to pay for private jets and mansions, and the other half goes to buy political influence in countries. Basically, almost none of the money goes to little Haitians and things like that, little starving kids. But let's just get to it now. And then Bill Clinton has little flippant comments about, oh, there's a big conspiracy. See, anytime you point out that he's got foreign donors giving him illegal money, according to federal law, or that they're keeping the money, I mean, these are facts. It's like Bono, part of the UN charity, it turned out was giving 2% of the proceeds of the millions he was raising in every event. He was keeping the money for himself. I mean, if you have a charity and give 70%, that's fine. Because you got overhead. There's nothing wrong with being able to, travel and get your work done. I mean, I don't have a charity, but if I did, I mean, that's not bad. Salvation Army gives about 90%. It's one of the best ones out there from the research I've done. I give the Salvation Army. I have no affiliation with it, but I do give some money to it. But when you get up to like 50% just on the jets and everything, and then there's foreign donors and you're mixing political donations with your foundation, it's just illegal on every front. But of course, like Al Sharpton owes millions, doesn't have to pay taxes. If I didn't pay $2 million in Federal Reserve taxes, they would arrest me. You could believe it. But again, they're above the law. So let's go to this Bill Clinton clip.
I mean, think about that. There's this big nefarious strategy to exercise terrible influence over the American government by talking wealthy people in countries into giving money to help the poor people. That's the theory of the case. And I just don't believe over the long run the American people won't figure that out.
Oh, yeah. Let me talk like a regular guy to you. And Obama does the same little fake thing where he bites his lip and pauses and goes, let me, like he's actually thinking, and he's even got on the teleprompter. It's all fake. There's no teleprompter here, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm speaking from intellect and my heart and passion. These people sit up there to pacify everyone. There's no NSA spying. He didn't have sex with that woman. Hundreds of millions in foreign political donations when his wife was Secretary of State and she's getting the money and living in houses and flying in helicopters and jets. We're talking the most expensive $75 million jets is what they're flying on. The most expensive private jets. And it's Saudi princes. Oh, there's no influence there. How about I start a foundation and then just have jets and stuff, and then you give none of the money to the poor, basically, and then sit in political office. People go, oh, who cares about the Bilderberg Group and Hillary violating the Logan Act? She got fined for that back in the 90s. Now they don't even get fined. World leaders and U.S. leaders go to Bilderberg. They drive in Secret Service motorcades, and they point guns at us. We have footage of this in Virginia because we're there showing the illegal meeting. And the Secret Service held up MP5s at us and looked at us like we were evil, like we were intimidated. We've done nothing wrong. We're the good guys. I mean, what media wouldn't want to cover Hillary and Obama meeting in secret in 2008 when for a day and a half the media is like, where are they, where are they, where are they? They've disappeared in Virginia. We knew where they were. And then they'd have these Marines flipping us off in uniform and out of uniform. Just search Marines flip the bird at Bilderberg. There's video of it and photos. that was because the Marines didn't know who we were at that time, and they told them, we later learned from Marines that apologized to me through a back channel, that we were an anti-military group that hated veterans groups. I mean, this whole government is about lying to people. Just like they're on the news saying that Governor Abbott doesn't like the military, and Louis Gohmert doesn't like the military, and Alex Jones doesn't like the military, and Chuck Norris now, you know, we thought you liked the military. As if liking the military has anything to do, because our friends and family are in it, and it was founded in 1776 and has such a great history. It's been hijacked and overtaken. It's not ours anymore. The only way to get it back is to admit the country has been stolen. And they're busy stealing the final little pieces of the puzzle right now. And finally, praise the Lord, and past the ammunition and the info war, the sleeping giant that is Texas. I'm so proud of my state. A long history of independence. A long history of wanting to be productive and free, and of low taxes and Second Amendment. And all these people evacuating California. And a good point was made to me by a lot of Californians in emails and calls. They said, it was pretty much the same sentiment when I've been bashing California. California's a beautiful state, a lot of great people. They said, Alex, we heard you say that California used to be a lot like Texas, which it was 50, 60 years ago. Don't you understand? Everybody moved here looking for a quick buck and to be stars. They aren't Californians, so they've now just failed here, and they're coming to your state. Those rude, horrible, demonic, backstabbing, manipulative people that you're talking about are not Californians. And I think that's a fair statement. Because you meet real Californians, laid back, cool, awesome. They're like liberal in ways, but conservative in others. They defy the stereotypes. They're more classical liberal. So it's true. You're correct. I am corrected. A lot of people come to Texas now, and you know, half the state's not from Texas, and then they think that's who we are. But really, it's just a bunch of drifters. Now, there are a lot of people that have moved from states that are collapsing that are great, hardworking folks, and we love them. But when you run into failed grifters, they've always got a new scam. They've always got something new to be famous. They've always got some new flim-flam. And they are narcissistic mental patients that travel around like bands of 21st century thuggies. Just overthrowing your laws, overthrowing your freedoms, fetting the nest like they do everywhere else. It's amazing. Now, let's get to the over-the-top, incredibly important Jade Helm news. First off, do we have the clip from CNN that I sent you yesterday that we only played part of that has Dewhurst? Yeah, well, what I want is the intro piece that I sent Nico. I know there were a couple CNN pieces, but the one I want is where they edit me and
we've got that
and come right in with me and Joe. That's what I want to play. So we're gonna play that today. In fact, cue that up because I want to play this first so we can detail again how the deception works.
We've got it ready to go.
Dewhurst comes on and says we hate the military, and he's trying to defend our poor military while they got spit on in Vietnam, and now people are spitting on them again, and I don't appreciate that. He told ABC News that. He told a bunch of other publications that. The same old story. Why, it's just so sad they want to spit on the troops, preying on the audience. But before they go to that, they have another piece where they're running the same story. Well, the military's confused why they're not liked. They thought Texas liked them, making it about how the military feels bad. See, using the uniform, using its history, like when that colonel was saying in Bastrop a week and a half ago, you see my uniform? Trust this. Trust me. What, to follow orders like Katrina and take guns? You mean, no, we're going to try to get control of this government that's been hijacked, that's in control of our military. That's what this is about. It'd be like saying, are you against the German military in 1937? No, but I'm against the Fuhrer who runs it. I mean, this is so elementary. Curtis LeMay back in the 60s wanted to launch a premeditated nuclear attack on Russia. That was declassified. They made a movie about it, Dr. Strangelove. He's General Jack T. Ripper. That's based on a real character that wanted to launch a plan like Plan R, to launch first. Is it anti-Air Force to not want to have World War III and stop a rogue general launching an attack? See, that's the bizarre mindset that they say, you do not question if it's military. You do what you're told. Well, who runs the military? Well, now they tell Congress that Congress doesn't. We're told it's NATO. Well, now Chuck Norris has come out. Louis Gohmert's come out, and they're all saying, no, we're tired of being lied to. We don't trust the government. Senator Ted Cruz, we know the military is taking part in operations to go after the Tea Party. So anytime there's a giant operation, we don't believe a word Obama says, and all the new generals he's put in, the thousands